Public transportation or alternative transportation in general? Well, you know what? I want to talk about public transportation, so that's what I'm going to talk about.
But
So,
USDOT would be federal.
yeah, okay, yes. So, public transportation in the city of Fayetteville, we spend, I believe, about $10.50 per person in the city on public transportation. A city of North Little Rock, which is significantly smaller than we are, spends about $30 a person on public transportation. So we are not funding it enough. And yet, we also know that, and at the risk of sounding unpatriotic, in America, we're sometimes not that great at public transportation compared to the rest of the world, right? But there are outliers, and I'm not just talking about your big city outliers. Like, let's take out of it, like I'm not talking about the L, I'm not talking about the metro. Let's take DC, New York, Chicago out of it, and let's look at cities that do really well with public transportation. Guess what, y'all? They have something in common with us. They have universities in their cities. Why? Because students are already primed to use public transportation. It is already a densely built environment. They're already trained to doing it. My son, who's sitting in the back of the room, he takes public transportation every day because it's the only way he's going to be able to get to his class. Hopefully he's getting there. So the point I'm making is we have the ingredients in this city to really do some awesome things with regard to public transportation. Here's what we need. We need a bus shelter at every single bus stop. There is no reason. This is something that I have been hearing about for years. We still don't have it. It's past time. Let's get one. We also, tie it back to housing because that's what I try to tie everything back to, but we also know, right, that denser areas are the ones in which public transportation is more utilized. But we need a plan to how do we increase funding, not all at once, but how do we increase it from 1050 in year 1, in year 2, and in year 3? Why? Because we know, and you all know, that things that get measured get done. Thank you.